This is Savannah Hernandez standing in front of the Al Hassan Islamic Center in St. Paul, Minnesota. Now, I'm standing here because this mosque has made national headlines after they penned a letter of community support for a Somali immigrant who sexually assaulted a 12-year-old. Now, back in 2024, this perpetrator was charged after abducting a 12-year-old from her backyard, forcing her into his vehicle, and then sexually assaulting her. He has since been convicted of first-degree criminal sexual assault. Now, after being convicted, his family members were sending letters to the judge to ask the judge to consider his character when making that sentencing. And one of those letters came from the Al Hassan Islamic Center. It was actually signed by their executive director, stating that he had to face cultural differences and the challenges of taking on a new culture. They also framed him as a family-oriented man who sends his money oftentimes back to his family members in Somalia. The judge actually gave him the lightest sentencing possible. He is only going to be serving 8 years in jail for this crime. He was sentenced to 12 years, but those last 4 years are going to be spent out of jail and on probation. By the way, going back to that point about the challenges of a different culture, this perpetrator has been in the United States of America since 2006. So he's been in the United States for 19 years. He was born in Somalia, but he has been here for almost 2 decades at this point. However, the culture coming into play when it comes to, as the Islamic Center put it, this situation, the situation, of course, being him sexually assaulting and abducting a 12-year-old girl. So just wanted to give you guys an idea of some of these stories, some of the cultural impact happening here in Minnesota as it relates to the Somali community.
So while not an illegal, it did seem like he was a citizen. He definitely should be deported, 1,000%. If you are not an American citizen and you come here and commit crimes, or not originally an American citizen and you come here and commit crimes, you should be deported immediately. I don't care how long you've been here. If you came here at 6 months old, right, from wherever, okay, you came here from, I don't care where you came from. But if you commit a crime, you should be deported. Simple and plain. That's just my humble opinion on it. And then if you commit a crime like he did, death penalty.
Video shows immigration enforcement agents in bulletproof vests getting out of unmarked cars with flashing police lights near Camarena Elementary in Chula Vista.
I'm surprised that they didn't chose to do it at that time in that area.
It was around 8 a.m. on Wednesday. The cars on the road filled with kids waiting to get dropped off at school.
Yeah, it was just surprising. I was like, wow, it's happening right here.
Ashley Sina says she saw ICE agents pull over and detain the driver of a white Tesla.
I saw them pull out a lady from her car, and she was in handcuffs, and they just brought her over to the SUV.
Sina says there was a little boy and girl in the car talking to agents. Chula Vista Elementary School District confirmed the children are students at Camarena Elementary. The district says it's providing resources and support for the children, but could not confirm their location.
You don't think that something like that would happen, like on the way to school, in front of the school? I mean, this is a very nice neighborhood.
The superintendent sent out this letter to families in the district, emphasizing this incident happened outside school property. The letter reads there are protocols in place that limit law enforcement from accessing school campuses. It says officials are only permitted to interact with students if there is an immediate threat to campus safety.
I know they've been around. People, posted on the Ring app that ICE is, at the Target or the Walmart. And so, I mean, they're just doing their job.
Federal law currently allows immigration enforcement near schools, churches, and hospitals, but agents are required to provide a warrant.
As they should be allowed near all of those places, because sometimes that's where illegals are, okay? Deport all these folks, every single one of them. As I always said, or as I said before, I want so many illegals deported that I'll never have to press 1 for English ever again.
Border Patrol agents are making arrests, illegal immigrants. I don't know if they were at this press conference, if they were in the area, but this is a very, as John put it when we first saw this video, a very in-your-face way to let, Democrats know that you are going to do your job, that you're going to carry out these Trump policies. Can you just respond to this video that we're watching right now?
Yeah, every single one of our ICE and Border Patrol operations is built on information, on investigative work. It's a case and an operation that has been planned because of who they think could be in that area.
And to give you guys a little bit of context, that happened just outside of Gavin Newsom's press conference in LA. And if you didn't see yesterday's show, I believe it was yesterday, definitely go and check it out because I go into more detail on the whole Gavin Newsom press conference and the ICE raid that happened just outside of it, outside of that rally or press conference. And you saw a little clip of that there. So in this next clip, this is apparently, a social media influencer that isn't illegal and gets deported. Now, and I put that in air quotations because, like, what is an influencer? Like, what does that even mean? And how do you even qualify as an influencer? Like, is it 10,000 followers? Is 20,000? Is it 100,000? Is it 1 million? Like, what's the number? I did a little research, and this young lady has, I believe, like 30-ish thousand followers on TikTok. And from the little bit that I gathered, because she doesn't speak English, she goes around and follows ICE and tries to report on where they are, or that's what she's been doing recently. But here you go. This is her getting caught by ICE. So you guys know what's going on here. She was actually live streaming at the time that she was caught, and that's the clip that you're seeing here is part of her live stream when ICE when ICE began to yank her out of the car. So that's what you're seeing here, just so you guys understand what's going on here.
No, güey. No, espérate. Espérate, me voy a dejar, pero 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 espérate. Espérate.
Well, I guess there's no sound at the end of this video. Anyway, you guys get the gist of that there. So that is absolutely hilarious. You yelling at ICE and trying to report ICE, and then you end up getting caught by ICE yourself. If anybody knows what she was saying, by the way, as she was being pulled out, let me know. Espérate, what does that mean? Let me know. I don't speak whatever language she was speaking. I honestly don't even have a clue what she was speaking. But if anybody knows, let us all know in the comments, all right? Let us all know in the comments. And then and in this next clip, we have an unfortunate story. It's truly tragic, man. Democrats' fear-mongering caused this.
A tragic ending to an immigration raid at a Home Depot in Monrovia today. A man was killed trying to escape from federal agents. And KCAL News reporter Lori Perez is live in Monrovia, where a protest, well, is still going on, right, Lori?
That's right, Pat. I'm sure you can hear the horns honking in support of the small crowd behind me. I want to give you a lay of the land. We are here. This is the parking lot, the Home Depot parking lot where it all began this morning. And then if we swing around, I want to show you how close the freeway is. That's the freeway where the man ran up and where we're told he was hit by a car, an SUV rather, and was killed. And this is the small crowd that is outraged by it. They're pretty small right now, just the remainders of a very large crowd that had gathered earlier this evening. This is video taken by a witness just after 9:30 this morning as a wave of immigration agents flooded the Home Depot parking lot in Monrovia, handcuffing day laborers waiting for work. And this is a picture from just minutes later of a body on the 210 freeway. City officials say it was a man who ran from the raid into traffic and was killed. Tonight, dozens filled the sidewalk outside the home improvement store. Outraged, a man running for his life lost it. Karen Suarez says decades ago, she saw the bodies of a migrant family that had been killed crossing a freeway.
Running from something terrible in their country and wanted a better life for their family. It's a flashback for me today, and that man running for his freedom up onto the freeway and getting senselessly ended.
The Department of Homeland Security said tonight DHS agents were not pursuing him. It's the same thing they said after 57-year-old Jaime Garcia was killed fleeing a raid at a Camarillo farm last month. The crowd here doesn't buy that, and either way says agents are to blame. For some immigrants, it's almost too much.
I know what my parents did to bring us here as babies. Like, they left their parents behind, they left their siblings, they left everything. And now, in reverse, we're just like, hey, do we leave everything and go back over there for a safer?
Duarte Councilman Martin Calderon says his community is hurting.
We should respect everyone's humanity. I think that's what we're starting to see a lot in the national news. We're starting to see a lot of people get dehumanized, and we can't let that happen.
And these Monrovia residents say they won't let it happen.
And you have to imagine, why was he running? Is it because he's going to be separated from his family? Is it because where he came from is so awful that it's worth taking a chance to run on the freeway? You know, they say I got white privilege. Well, that's why I'm here, you know.
They say I got white privilege. Well, that's why I'm here. Bro, yeah. What? Goodness gracious. You can't make this stuff up, man. White privilege. Anyway, goodness gracious. Obviously a tragic situation. I don't like to see the loss of life. And the backstory that I got is that he wasn't even an illegal citizen. Like, he was here legally. Now, maybe I got some bad information. If anybody has any different information, let us all know in the comments. But from what I saw, he was a legal American citizen. So if that is the case, then why are you running? Why are you running? And the only conclusion that I could come to is the Democrat Party fear-mongering folks. They fear-mongered people to the point where legal citizens are running from ICE, thinking that they're going to be deported, even though they're an American citizen. And that is something that we should all have a problem with. We should all have a problem with. And I've displayed videos of American citizens who happened to be stopped by ICE, but were let go. Were let go. We've all seen videos of American citizens, right, from all skin colors, who are yelling at ICE, berating ICE, doing all types of stuff, and ICE doesn't mess with them. They only go after the illegal immigrants. That is it. That is all they go after. But the Democrat Party has been out here fear-mongering people to the point where an American citizen took off from ICE and he lost his life because of it. That is disgraceful. That is disgraceful. Rest in peace to that brother there, man. Rest in peace, man. And let us all learn a lesson in believing anything that comes out of the Democrat Party's mouths. Anything. Whatever the Democrat Party says, believe the opposite, because that's probably the truth. Anyway, man. Y'all get in the comments and let me know what you think about all of this. Once again, rest in peace to that guy. Tragic. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the second channel. It is called Extra Rich, XTRA space RICH. Link is in the description. Hope to see y'all there. Peace and love. I'm out.